Yo, what's going on, everybody? Rikushi here. If I sound a little bit tired, it's because I just got back from a walk, so I'm a little bit winded. And I'm also using a different mic, so that might be a reason for why I'm sounding different. So, what I've got for you today is a match analysis. I told people that I was going to be doing a match. I'm doing two match analysis so far. One, which is Dark Wizzy versus Mysterica, which I'm doing today. And shortly after this one, I'll be doing Mysterica versus... Not Mysterica, sorry. Captain L versus Ven. Both obviously Zelda players. I'm going to be approaching this analysis from the perspective of a Zelda player, so I'm going to be a lot more critical of things that Mysterica does in this match and this set in general over Dark Wizzy. And obviously, since, spoiler alert, Dark Wizzy ended up winning the set, there's not as much to criticize on his end anyway. So I haven't really done analysis before, so we'll just see what kind of results that this yields. And by the way, shout out to Mysterica. I wanted to make sure that it was okay with Mysterica that I did this analysis of his set, because I really didn't, considering that it's going to be a much more criticism-heavy analysis of Mysterica's gameplay, I wanted to make sure that he was okay with that. And speaking of which, in the match, I'm going to be referring to Zelda. I'm going to be referring to Zelda in the match. I'll be using she, but I know Mysterica's a boy. I know Mysterica's a boy, but when I say she, I'm referring to Zelda because I usually just think about the characters in game rather than the players. If I'm talking about Mysterica himself, I'll say Mysterica. So anyway, let's just get on with the match. Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna be full screening because it cuts off the stocks for some reason when I full screen it. So usually the first thing that you want to do when you lead off in a match, and most good Zelda players are not shy about abusing this, is usually you want to lead off with Phantom. Now, in situations like if you're fighting like a Ganondorf or a Captain Falcon or someone with no projectile or whatever, who's pretty slow, like Incineroar or something like that, you don't need to do Displace Phantom. Typically, it's just fine to set up the Phantom, get that stage control. Especially because on a big stage like this, it takes them so long to get across it that you're going to have the full Phantom set up by the time you want it. Now, against somebody like Mario, who typically likes to approach with fireballs, Displace Phantom is pretty key to set up so that not only are you stopping him from using his projectiles to approach you, but you are guaranteeing that your projectile is going to be able to get set up. Whereas if you don't do Displace Phantom, he is denying your setup and he's getting his own. So, leads off the match with a Phantom. So that's usually what you want to do. Yeah, this was really unfortunate here. What you'll see here is this up tilt on this approaching down air actually would have connected, but the hit lag of the Phantom at the very end here just barely stops Mario, just enough for this up tilt to not connect, and that was really unfortunate. Mario combos. Yeah, that Neighbor's Love worked out, but that was such a panic neutral B. And typically, honestly, spot dodging is so much better in a lot of situations. Like, unless you're getting juggled, because you can't really spot dodge cancel in the air. It works out a lot, actually, in the set, but it's something I don't recommend doing as much as Mysterica ends up doing in the set overall. That was just an unfortunate miss on the Phantom. That can happen sometimes when you get the lower stages of Phantom and they're really close. Like, that's like some Z-axis shit right there, so that was just unfortunate. Yeah, I don't really know why that Phantom is so low, but, shit happens. Alright, so that's another great situation, because Mysterica is stuck in the corner here, and if Mario is, using those fireballs against you, then Phantom is the best option here. And it's not even like Mysterica jumps back, doing regular Phantom, and then Dark Wizzy responds with Fireball. Dark Wizzy opens up, either camping or aggression with this Fireball, and in response, Mysterica does this full hop Phantom back. Now, I don't know if Mysterica is trying to displace Phantom, but, obviously in that situation, would have really helped to block the Fireball and have the Phantom set up to help Mysterica get out of the corner. So that's another great situation where, or a great example of where Displace Phantom would be a huge benefit. Yeah, that was a bit of a lazy Phantom. Yeah, I think that was bad DI on the dash attack. Although, a decent high percent, Zelda's pretty light, so I can't really say for sure. I do like this Phantom, because if you can set up Phantom to cover the entirety of one side of the stage, then you know that your opponent's going to go to the other side. So you can pretty effectively corner your opponent by actually making the Phantom go the one way. So it's pretty funny that it works out that way. I don't... Okay, this is weird. I feel like Mysterica took some time to wake up, you know, when the set started, because Mysterica walks up slowly, shields, sees the fireball, lets go of shield, and kind of just stands there and takes the downer. So after this, Mysterica does actually wake up a bit, and starts picking it up, but Mysterica was playing pretty slow at the beginning of the match. Okay, so right here, and you'll see it later in the match. I've already looked over it once. Mysterica was a bit slow. Most of the time, what people will want to do is jump over the Phantom. You don't want to sit still and shield the Phantom, because Zelda will either grab you or go for a shield break punish. But you know, since it was the first time that Dark Wizzy was put in that situation, Mysterica probably just wanted to wait to see what option Dark Wizzy would go for. But usually, good players will opt to jump over the Phantom. Okay, Dark Wizzy was a bit slow there himself. See, right there, so that's a situation where Mysterica saw how Dark Wizzy was trying to get around Phantom before, and adapts to it. Steps with the Phantom, knows that Dark Wizzy is going to go high, and meets him up there and gets the interception. So that was a very good read. That was a good attempt on that Phantom. That like barely missed, actually. Like, look at that. The hitbox is still there during that animation, by the way. So Wizzy actually just barely ducked under that. If I hit him, that would have killed him for sure. That was a good try. I respect that, because it's like, even when you get punished for using the up B to try and punish projectile like that, it sends a message like, yo, you gotta be careful, because one of these straight up Bs might hit you if you're just too lenient with your projectiles. So you gotta be careful. Yeah, that was a mistake. If you accidentally charge Phantom the wrong way, I find that usually the best option is just to start using Din's Fire from behind the Phantom, because it's still a wall that's in front of you. It's still going to block fireballs for you, so you may as well just shoot a Din's Fire. Oh, this is... yeah. When you're playing a Zelda, you need to be like an opportunist. No, opportunist. Any pressure on your shield, and I went over this in the guide, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the guide, you should totally go watch it. I went over this in my guide that I released a few days ago. Zelda's shield is like one of the most dangerous shields in the entire game, because her out of shield options are actually ridiculous. She can cover like almost any angle. So anytime your shield gets pressured, you need to be on point with that. So right here, Mysterica rolls back. That nair, that would have been an up B out of shield for a kill. Maybe even a forward air would have connected in that situation. Although up B out of shield is a little bit faster and will kill from center stage more reliably. So as soon as this nair hits the shield, you gotta be ready for that, because you can get that up B out of shield punish, and that would have been the kill. A bit slow on that though. Another situation where an up B out of shield would have been optimal. And when your opponent's at these percentages, you have to be looking for it, right? And Mario was like, one of his main methods of just fighting his opponents in general is pressuring people with those aerials. So you always gotta be ready. And typically when you're below Mario on a platform, he's going to come down with an aerial, so you need to be ready for that. So another situation where either a back air out of shield or an up B out of shield would have sealed that stock. Yeah. Right there, another situation where Displaced Phantom would have been a huge benefit. Like, I see a lot of full hops from Mysterica here, so maybe he's trying to do it. You know. But if, for instance, you know, Mysterica had done Displaced Phantom successfully, this Din's Fire would have been totally safe if he had just stayed put, because then Displaced Phantom's shield would have been in front of him, then he could start shooting Din's Fires at him, dissuade him from using the cape, and then Phantom would have come through and applied even more pressure. But all that happened here was Mysterica set up the Phantom, left it behind, started charging Din's Fire as the fireballs are coming at him, and then the Phantom gets destroyed. So this was a huge waste of the Phantom right there. Another aerial out of shield that should have been punished. With even if you don't think you can get the sweet spot, because he's pretty high above Mysterica's head, so it can be difficult to get like a forward air in this situation. But if you're not sure if you can get the precise hitboxes on like forward air and back air, Up smash out of shield or nair is usually the option here, and again, it's another situation where Dark Wizzy actually pressures the shield very unsafely. I wouldn't recommend this kind of shield pressure. You should try and pressure Zelda's shield with retreating aerials. Zelda is not as helpless in her shield as people really think that she is. But Mysterica, lets him get away with it. Another situation right there. Shield of the up smash, a back air to shield would have shielded the stock. So we've seen now 4 situations where Mysterica's really let Dark Wizzy get away with murder. And that fair almost did it. That was just very sad. This is very good. Tries this, and this is something that is very good for Zelda to do. Dark Wizzy was trying to stall very low under the stage in order to wait out the Phantom, because it can 2-frame, right? I'm sure Dark Wizzy knows that. So he was just trying to wait out the Phantom. So Mysterica just goes down there and, melee Fox Shine. Something that a lot of people really don't expect her to do. Because Neighbor's Love doesn't really kill in any of the other games. But in this game, 132, and this is like near the ledge that it was able to kill him. So people really don't see it coming, and it's something people have to be more careful of. Very good anti-air right there. Good coverage. Yeah, and after this first stock, Mysterica really wakes up. Like, in the span of, like 15 seconds, Mysterica really just tacks on that damage and just really brings the deficit back. So if Mysterica really turned it up at, on the first stock, Mysterica would have been looking at a great lead. Yeah, that was a really lazy Phantom, though. That was really lazy. If that fair connected, that actually might have killed Mario. Yeah, Mario's combos do so much damage. Ooh, that fair was really unfortunate. But this is the first situation that we've really seen a good reaction time on, Mario going for an aggressive aerial on her shield. So again, this is what I mean when I say Mysterica really woke up towards the latter half of this first match. Doesn't go for the right option because Mario's a little bit too close. Up B out of shield again would have been the right option here. But again, that's what I'm talking about when I say that. If Mysterica had turned it up earlier, then he wouldn't be staring at this deficit. But he starts wicking up and actually going for the punishes, even though he doesn't actually get the sweet spot. This right here, this Phantom, usually, you always want delayed Phantom. Damn, he almost got his soul red. That was close. Usually with Phantom, you want to go for delayed Phantom because it gives you an approach option and you can combo with it, right? But in a situation like this where Mario's just whipped an aerial, just let that shit fly. Because, let's see when the chest plate shows up. So it gets the backer. So right here, the chest plate's here, and Mario's still in the analog of his forward air. If Zelda releases the Phantom right now, this will just hit him and give Mysterica the space that he wants. Uses it to cover the ledge get up instead, which works out. But if Mysterica had just released the Phantom instead, it would have hit Mario away and still given him the ledge, freedom that he wanted, and it would have done some good damage. Let me see that again. This Phantom right here. Phantom with chest plate. So if Mysterica releases Phantom now, it'll do the overhead slash, which will cover the jump right here from Mario. It will actually catch Mario with that height. So this is something like I said again, usually you want the delayed Phantom, but when your opponent is this close and they're jumping at you and you have stage 4 Phantom ready to go, you should let it fly in the situation. You don't and it is important to mix up the release timings of your Phantom to keep your opponent guessing anyway. So always going for delayed Phantom sometimes isn't actually the right call. And again, presence of mind goes for the out of shield option, just didn't get it, which is unfortunate. Again, a situation where displaced Phantom would have been the option right there. Dashes back just to charge Phantom, where if you do displace Phantom, you can achieve this dash back because Mysterica goes from here to here and then charges Phantom. Where if you do Displace Phantom, you can still do that dash back that you want to get some distance, but instead you'd have the Phantom in front of you. And what happens here is Mysterica runs right into the Fireball. So again, another situation where Displace Phantom would have been a huge benefit. Again, Presence of Mind to actually react to the shield pressure just doesn't go for the right option. Oh. I respect what Mysterica was trying to go for there. Because Mysterica, usually if you're trying to catch someone, using a get-up attack or a neutral get-up with a back throw, usually you want to roll to the ledge rather than standing there, because Dark Wizzy ends up pushing Mysterica forward. So goes for it and pushes her just slightly forward, and the grab goes the wrong way, and then, gets punished for it, because Zelda's grab is very laggy, as most characters' grabs are. This man really called Phantom Dreadnought. I'm so... okay, let's look at match 2. Okay, so let's look at Mysterica's counter pick right here. So Mysterica opts, same character obviously, but opts for Smashville, and this is actually a stage that I should try going to more often, because I actually like Yoshi's Island, and now that Yoshi's Island is kind of like out of circulation in most rule sets, I should really look for a substitute. There's pros and cons to this stage when you're up against a character like Mario. Look at Mario. That man's ready to box. When you're up against Mario, since Mario doesn't have the most range and he's pretty slow, you can cap him out really well, especially if you can do Displace Phantom. But on a smaller stage, Mario can close that distance with a lot less effort, which means that getting away from Mario can be a little more difficult. But inversely, because the platform is there, getting around Phantom is such a pain in the ass, because you can get stuck on the Phantom, getting around Zelda's up tilt, especially with the platform there. It can be really challenging for Mario to actually work his way around both Phantom and Zelda's disjoints. Sorry, that was my chair. So it's a stage that can work in favor of both characters in this specific matchup. And I do want to talk about something that happens right in the beginning of this match, is Mysterica goes for the Phantom again. Now, I do actually think that Mysterica was intentionally trying to go for the Displaced Phantom here because of the slight jump back. Usually, if Zeldas jump back with Phantom but aren't trying to go for Displaced Phantom, they'll do a full hop and they'll drift back a lot more with the Phantom charge than Mysterica did here. This Phantom charge, like this very small hop and very minimal drift, is typically what happens when a Zelda player tries to do Displace Phantom but doesn't do it properly. So I actually think that Mysterica was trying to go for Displace Phantom here, but just messed up the input. So if that's the case, I commend Mysterica for trying to do it. It's just you got to work on it. And again, you get to see that not only does not doing Displace Phantom allow Mario to stop your setup, but it allows him to get his own. Whereas if you do Displace Phantom, you are denying Mario's aggression and projectiles while maintaining your own. So it really is a setup, not a setup, but it really is a tech that can make the difference in a matchup with this kind of dynamic. Now, if I saw that I mess up like a Displaced Phantom in this situation, I would just let the Phantom ride early, just to stuff the fireballs, but I think Mysterica was expecting the Displaced Phantom to work out, or just didn't react to the fireballs in time. That up tilt was barely off the mark. I saw that neutral B. That was also really unfortunate. Mysterica knew that Mario was going to go high, but that neutral air dodge is so good, man. Mario combos. That's weird that Dark Wizzy didn't actually punish this, because this dash back kind of tells me that Dark Wizzy was expecting Mysterica to do an aggressive option. Oh no, that was a roll. I thought it was a dash back. Never mind, never mind. Again, another situation where on this backer you can either do a nair out of shield or a forward air out of shield, and it probably would have connected, or even an up B just to get out of the corner. Like I said, you don't have to commit to the whole up B. Like you don't just because you hit someone with up B out of shield doesn't mean you have to go for the second one if you think that you're gonna miss it. Like if they DI it, or if you're not sure that, you know, you're actually going to get the hit. But just using the first hit to just pop somebody up in the air and then just go center stage is, you know, it's not going to get you the most damage out of the other out of shield options, but it is going to get you to safety. Yeah, I think Mysterica wanted to land on stage with that. Also, this is something that Mysterica did in the previous game as well. I do like that Mysterica is going for the up B to clank with the fireball so that he doesn't have to worry about it just stuffing him out, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Okay, it worked out, but like I was just thinking, like, okay, so Zelda's in the corner, and this is where Zelda's typically at her weakest. If you're at like a kill percent, obviously just watch out for the Zelda back throw, but usually Zelda in the corner is not where she wants to be. And Dark Wizzy kind of just lets Mysterica have center stage, and when he sees the Phantom, he doesn't even throw a fireball, like a retreating fireball or anything like that. He just kind of gives Mysterica the stage, and maybe this is like an elaborate bait because Mysterica gets really ballsy because now Mysterica's thinking, okay, I have stage control, so I need to make a play, I need to make something happen, so goes for the forward smash. And now that it's whiffed, Mysterica's gonna be on the defensive, and Dark Wizzy's like, okay, this is my chance to go for the up smash. I don't know if that was an elaborate bait or just a yellow up smash. You can never really know with these fucking Mario players, man. Okay, after this, was it neutral B? Yeah, after this neutral B, since you can't really chase Mario down, just take center stage and start charging Phantom. That's usually what you want to go for. But Mysterica tries to run Mario down, and obviously Zelda is slow as fuck, so it didn't work out, and then she got stuffed out. That was a good 2-frame attempt. I respect that. I like that Dark Wizzy isn't trying to go for the up B for the sake of damage. Try to go for it. Saw that, you know, it didn't connect and then just went in place. So I respect that. And sometimes it's a good mix-up to just not go anywhere, because sometimes people will just go to where your teleport started, thinking that you're going to teleport somewhere, and then you just go unplayed and then get hit. And it's a rare mix-up that very rarely works, but it is funny when it happens. Let me see that again. Yeah, oh, just barely. That could have done a lot of shield damage if both of those connected. I do like that down smash to cover the forward air. And he gets a forward smash. Alright. Dash back, dash attack. Very good option for Zelda, because her dash attack is so fast. This right here is really important. So charges Phantom, Dark Wizzy wins her way. And Dark Wizzy, I don't know if he just kind of forgets that Phantom is there, or just doesn't think that it's going to hit. But Mysterica kind of forgets that Phantom is here as well, because goes for the up tilt out of shield here, when Mysterica should remember, like, oh wait, I have a Phantom in the back that will hit Mario with this range. So, you know, Mysterica probably should have stuck to the shield and then waited for the Phantom to punish this, and then gone for like a running forward air, and that would have been a lot of damage to put Mario off stage. Even if you don't think you can combo off with a Phantom, like if you think it'll send them too far away, it's weird that Mysterica even went for the up tilt, because the Phantom was already there, and, you know, it would have hit in the exact same area that Mysterica's up tilt was aiming to go for. So that was a bit weird, but definitely could have done a lot more with this. And Dark Wizzy kind of just forgot about it being there. I don't know if it was because it was off screen for like that split second, so like it just kind of slipped his mind, and he just ate that free Phantom attack. Good up air though. That was a good up air going under the fireball. Right there again. So Mysterica doing a lot better at punishing things out of shield. Better reaction time to having you know, his shield pressured. But instead of just going for the up B out of shield, goes for the neutral B, which is fine, and it worked out. You know, like it still got him off of him, but it's only gonna do like 11 damage, whereas up B out of shield is gonna do a lot more. And it sends a message. It's like, hey man, if you pressure my shield unsafely, you're gonna hit this. You're gonna eat this up B out of shield. And that's a really good message to send to your opponent, because you don't want them to pressure you too much out of fear of things like up smash or up B out of shield. So then they're gonna start spacing things and giving you more space, and that's usually what you want. So, you know, good job, you know, getting Dark Wizzy, you know, off of you, but I think that a better out of shield option would be appropriate. Because I think that, like, using Neru's as a defensive option is happening a little bit too much. Even in situations where it's working, there are better punishes that you could be going for. Goes with the Dins to try and get the roll punish, so that's fair. Again, really good jump read, just was quite off. This dash attack is, like, really bad on, you know, for a few reasons. Like, I understand that you were trying to just hit him off stage, but look how much shield damage Mysterica takes here. So, eats the up smash, then the forward smash hits shield, so he goes for one of his own, and Zelda's shield is really small here. So, there's the potential for a shield break and or shield pokes, and Mysterica's at kill percent. So you shouldn't be going for anything risky if you're in this situation. So hits him off the stage, and I understand why the dash attack happened, because Mysterica saw the buffered air dodge and thought, oh, I have time to punish. But it's still something you gotta be really careful about, because if you don't get it and you get punished with like a forward smash, your shield might break or you might just get poked. In this case, it was an up smash out of shield. Yeah, typically when your shield's that healthy, you should start camping, and Zelda's camping is very good, so there's really no reason not to do it. Yeah, Mysterica, like, has the right idea in going for this up air. It's just the execution's off. Like, you can either go for a Rising Neru's or, like, a short hop up air here. But just kind of off the mark. Not even a full hop, but a double jump. So, I'm not sure if this is nerves or just an execution error. But it's happened a few times where Mysterica's got the right idea. It's just the execution or the option that gets selected is one that's either unoptimal or it's not executed properly. Good. Yeah, this is a really, really dangerous setup for a few reasons. Because Phantom at this range will hit Mario on the ledge because it does hit hanging opponents. He's just, you know, the Phantom is just perfectly safe that it'll just about hit Mario. And this is really dangerous because Zelda's forward smash is humongous. At the right spacing, characters that don't have the most attack on their get-up attack, you know, like Bowser's and I think Piranha Plants is very big, but like Mario and Wolf don't have crazy huge get-up attack animations. So with the correct spacing, Zelda's forward smash can actually cover all four of the ledge get-up animations: neutral get-up attack, roll behind, and get up and end jump from the ledge. And the reason why this is so powerful is because typically if you're just sitting there charging forward smash, the opponent has no reason to, you know, commit to getting off the ledge and just eating your forward smash. They might just sit there until your forward smash is over. But with Phantom, it guarantees that they have to get off the ledge at a certain time, and it's at a time that you know is going to happen because obviously you've set up the Phantom, so you just release forward smash at the time that Phantom gets sent flying out. So you're forcing your opponent to choose an option, and if you've spaced it correctly, you are just dooming them to death. In this situation, Dark Wizzy goes for the get up attack to try and to go through the Phantom and maybe hit Zelda away, but Mysterica outspaces. So that was a very good bait. And that's why that's so dangerous. So very good for Mysterica to go for that. And oh, that's so good. That was such a good read. Look at that. Let's look at that. I'm really surprised Mario didn't fall out of that neutral B, by the way. Look at this. That slow walk forward. The slow walk forward. Look at this. Walk, 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 walk. Psych! And then doesn't even do the upset right away. Waits like half a second over here and then goes for it. It's so good. Right there. Okay. Two things that went wrong there. So after this amazing read on the up tilt, goes through the up tilt. Right here should go for a turn on up tilt. Turn on up tilt will true combo here, and then you can get the jump in air and get your damage. You get like 45% off of this. But if you mess up, if somehow you're slow and they air dodge it anyway like this, dash attack will hit as long as you initiate it fast enough. If they don't air dodge that far away, you can go for the grab. But in this situation, a late hit dash attack will still punish Mario here. But Mysterica dashes and then second guesses it and doesn't do it right away. So that was two situations where Mysterica messed up there. Didn't do the turn on up tilt and missed a guaranteed follow up, and then didn't get the air dodge punish with the dash attack, which was possible in that situation. Right there. Like, either you could have released the Phantom early or displaced Phantom would have helped in that situation. And this is, like, the worst thing that happens in this match. Well, not in the entire match, but maybe in this game. So the Phantom gets stuffed, and then beats out the back air with his up tilt, which is, like, crazy, because Zelda's up tilt is huge. But goes for the up air, and this is a weird thing that happens here for two reasons. One is the front head of up tilt into up air is not going to combo until you get to like 85% plus. So the fact that Mario's at 41% means that you probably shouldn't be going for the up air as either, as a combo. Now, obviously, if you go for the up tilt, you can go for a sharp up air just as a sharking tool, even if it's not a true combo, but then you shouldn't be going for the full hop. So I don't know if this full hop is unintentional, because it's actually pretty hard to full hop aerials, and even intentionally. So I don't know if this was an intentional full hop up air. I am inclined to believe it's not, because there's no way that up tilt up air would have connected anyway at this percentage. And this is a pretty crucial mistake that Mysterica makes, because Mysterica's at 32%, and then because of this whiff, because he went for up tilt up air, which wouldn't have comboed at this percent, and then he full hops it. So even if he was trying to shark with it, he messes it up and goes a little bit too high. And because of this, Mario gets this crazy back air, nair, up air, forward air combo, and gets Mysterica from 32 to 80% in like 2 seconds. And this is really like the nail in the coffin that sets it up, because Mysterica just floats right into that forward smash. So because of that one crucial error, that one missed off the up tilt up air, that whole sequence happens in like 5 seconds, and that's just the match. Where Mysterica could have been looking at a very, very different game 2 that could have been carried over to a game 3 with some momentum. And that's going to be the game. Great combo by Dark Wizzy, by the way. That was a really good nair. Yeah, so that's really unfortunate. So yeah, Mysterica, I just want to say thanks again for allowing me to analyze your set. Hopefully this helps you out if you do decide to watch this. And for anyone else who is watching it, hopefully it provided some unique insight. The next match that I'll be analyzing is going to be Ven versus Captain L, who is a Pikachu player at this exact tournament, Smash and Splash. Mysterica and Ven both got, I think, 35th place, which is very good, actually. So congrats to both of them on that placement. Captain L versus Ven is going to be a very interesting one, because Pikachu actually has a lot of the same game plans that Mario does. Going for a lot of grab combos, extended strings, not too much range, using neutral B, which sends out a diagonal hurling projectile to cover, Pikachu's approaches. So it's a very similar matchup in terms of the dynamic of how those characters fight each other, and how Pikachu and Mario both behave. But we're going to be seeing it from a perspective of Ven, who is a very different Zelda player, of course, in Mysterica. Not necessarily better or worse, but just, they play differently, obviously. They're different people. After that, I don't know what I'll be analyzing. Maybe I'll analyze my set with Jen at Gommel, just so people understand what was going through my mind and what I was trying to do during that match. That could be interesting. But, if you guys enjoyed, if you felt like you learned something, leave a like, and look forward to the next one.